Hi everyone, this is Cindy, and I'm continuing to go through my to-do box and my tubs that I collect things in because I'm putting things away and you forget about it, that sort of thing. And I found this, which I know I was keeping it out as a like a idea box thing or idea notebook thing, because I liked it. I really like it, and I think the reason I really like it is the colors. It's always the colors for me. I like some of the colors are great. This is a book page, and it's a wider book page. It was from a cookbook, and you fold it in half, and then you put 2 scrapbook pockets on there. You do some stenciling, you put a tab on it. When you open it up, you've got writing space inside, and this has got a divot here, so this is glued on as a pocket in your journal. And then you can use that as a pocket, and you can flip it out. You could do it as a side pocket if you want, instead of at the top if you don't like the tall tag. So anyway, I thought, okay, I'm going to try making this. I don't know whose idea it was. It looks like something maybe Rachel would have done, but it wasn't this year's. What is it? 100-day project? Weekly challenge. It wasn't this year's weekly challenge, so I'm not sure. But anyway, I made 1 or 2, and I thought, what about mass making? What would that be like? So I just got busy yesterday, and I mass maked a bunch of these, and I used scrapbook paper that was just the closest thing to the top of the pile. And I will just put these in different, like this could be in the spring, this one could be in the fall, whatever. So I will disperse these after I make this video. And I use the washi tape like photo stamp. Yeah, right here. It's like washi tape, but it's like a photo stamp because it's got like a place name, and it may be a made-up place name and a price. And I just used them as they came off the roll. I didn't try to say, oh, this one's got fruit and this one's got flowers and this one, or anything like that. I was just trying to use them up because I do not recommend these. I got them at I did not get it at Hobby Lobby. I got it at Amazon, and it came with, I don't know, 6 or 7 of these things, and they're gorgeous and I love them, but they're so hard to find the beginning, and then when you're tearing one off, it's very easy to rip it. So as you can see, I've got a piece of paper holding that one up, and if it takes the sticky off that, then that's fine. I'll just use some glue on it anyway. So enough about that. Okay, so what I got is a book page that was from a embroidery book, I think. And I thought it's wide enough, big enough, that I can make some of those out. So I would fold it in half and hopefully get it straight, which not always the case. And then just however wide it is however wide it is. I'm not going to say, ooh, it's about 4 inches. It's just a little less. I'm not going to say, oh, I need to trim it to 3.5 or whatever. I'm just going to go with whatever the book page is. And then I'm also going to cut it at about 7.5. I mean, you can do 8 if you want, or 7. It's up to you, but I'm just going to go with 7.5. We'll see what that looks like. Okay, and on the ones I just showed you, sometimes you could tell it was a book page and sometimes you couldn't because I covered up most of it. So if I want book page to show more, then, I could turn it that way. But I think maybe we'll go with that red there. It won't all show, but some of it will. Okay, I think I forgot to pull out some scrapbook paper. So we're going to be at the mercy of whatever I can find. I think it's in the tub I just dumped over there, so... Okay, I'm going to pause the video and go find some scrapbook paper. I didn't even think about that. I've got everything else around me, pretty much, but not that. So hang on, I'll be right back in 1 second. Okay, I'm back. It definitely was the tub of papers that I dumped off the back of the table that's right here to my left. So I went and cleaned up that mess, and I found some scrapbook paper scraps. And the colors I picked, to me, don't really go with that red. So I've decided to reverse this, and we're just going with the words there. And the first thing you do after you kind of get your stuff settled is stencil on here. And I got these stencils from, that place, Amazon. And I use them, and you probably can tell, I don't know if you can see on here or not, but it's got a lot of coffee stains on it. I use them when I'm coffee dyeing papers, and just to get a little imprint on the papers. So, okay, so there's my stencil. And then I'm going to do the scrapbook paper. I decided to do these 2 And this one I think is already the right, look at that, it's already the right width, but I gotta cut it down. So I'm gonna grab my cutter over here. I think I was going 3 3/4. No, I was going 3 inches. I think. 3 inches? Yeah, 3 inches looks about right. Okay, so 3 inches. And on this one, it's it's too wide, so I gotta cut it the widthwise. And then I'll just go with the other size it is. Oh, it's hard to see. Out of the way. Okay, and one thing I learned, doing 10 of them in a row, you learn some tricks. And probably the biggest one is when you're gluing these on. Before I get to that part, let me cut the divot out of it. Okay, when you're gluing these on, since, you know, measurements are always kind of weird, glue it up to this edge. And then if it hangs out over this edge any, you can trim it off. It's much easier to trim off on this side than it is the folded side. So, okay, you can ink if you want. I didn't do much inking on the other one, so I'll just do a little bit on this one. Okay, now we're ready to glue these on. And some of them I went too high. I thought this was a better one. It's about 1/3 of the way down. And like here's one I went higher up. So it just depends on what the look you want. So I'm going to go down a little further again. And glue this on. And if I think it's going to be too wide over on the right side, then I'll add a little extra glue in case I have to cut some of it off. But this one's actually just a little bit small, so I think it's going to fit there. We're going to go with that. No, I still don't like it. Okay, that's straighter. Okay, yeah. Okay. So, I mean, it's just gluing pockets on this, and then the next job would be to put the writing paper on the inside, and I may or may not have enough. I think I did. I pulled out some for that. It's down here beside me. I have a drawer in this desk that I keep all the blank paper in to cover up, you know, the backs of tags and stuff. And since it's from the same book, it's going to be about the right width, and I'll just cut off the length of it. I'm just gonna get that rough edge off right there. I think I may have just made it worse, but not too bad, maybe. Okay, and then I'm just gonna use my ruler to do the length. It's pretty much covering this whole thing. So if I had just a little bit of writing, I'd cover up just a little bit. That's just the way I would do it. So just whatever you want to do. So anyway, covering the whole thing. And I'm thinking that this could definitely be done with scrapbook paper, single-sided, and then you wouldn't have to cover up the inside. It'd already be blank. Or it can be done with double-sided, and then you can, depending on the design on that inside, you might have to cover it up, put some writing space, or it could just be used the way it is, depending on your design. So I like it on book pages. I don't know. I think that cookbook one was just great. So, and this one's going to be pretty thick because both these pages are thick pages. Okay, close enough. And usually I'll wait till that dries before I fold it back. But and we can do that because I'm going to put some decorations on it. If I can get this pin back in there. Okay, we're just going to try to use some of these stamps and just keeping it simple and just keeping it slow. And I'm going to try to do 3 at once. And there's 2. Starting out kind of bad. Like I said, the edges are what's bad because they've got that, you know, cut like a postage stamp, and it's very delicate. Okay, I want to go into the 4th one and put my piece of paper back. Okay. And just because I got them peeled off doesn't mean we're out of the woods, because we still got to separate them. Okay, there's that one. Let's take this one for the first one. I've got my glue stick over here to add extra glue. Okay. And of course, you can decorate however you want. I'm just showing you how I made all the other ones. It looks a little crooked, but we're going with it. Okay. Okay, looks like we made it without too many tears. And some of these I have torn them completely in two, and I've been able to patch the pieces back together, so works okay. One more. Okay. Upside down. Okay. We're done except for one more thing. I'm going to fold this back now. Get it straight. Yeah, like I said, that paper's so thick. It's definitely fighting me on that fold. Okay. Now, oh, two more things. We need the divot here. And then we need a tab. And I have just some collage ones I did for the whale tail, and we'll just use that. So anyway, this is this little, I don't know what you call it, flip out, journaling flip out. That it's going to be fun in the journals, and I've got plenty of them made now for a while. And I'm going to keep the original one. I'm putting it in my idea book. So if I don't have an idea book, I have an idea notebook. It's a 3-ring binder with clear pages, and it's full. So, but I can keep adding it to it, so that's what's great. Okay, so anyway, there's a little flip out, and thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you might like this idea, and if you know whose original idea it was, you might tell me in the comments, and then I'll put it in the description. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.